Hello, good evening, Twin Minds here. We are doing Kerbal tonight, and nothing too remarkable. It's just going to be a chill stream where I get some infrastructure in place. And yes, Demos, welcome. Your vote did have an effect. In fact, if no one had responded, I was tempted to not stream at all, so thank you. As per usual, Kat has started to say hello at the beginning of every stream, so hello, Kat. Alright, so the infrastructure that I want is a satellite network around each of the moons. And that is so that I can go to those moons then and do things. Because as of right now, I have a mission that I cannot complete because my satellite that I sent to Minmus does not have a connection. I said, Demos, that your vote basically encouraged me to stream, because I was debating on not streaming at all if no one had bothered to respond. So here I am, thanks to you. Alright, so as far as satellites go, this one and this one are my moon connections. These two are my low orbits. So this covers everything that is in the immediate vicinity out to about the Mun. But once I get to the Mun, I think I can connect from the Mun because of the proximity. It's at 11 million and these are at 5 million. But beyond that, I can't go to Iontopia or Minmus without better satellites at the receiving end. So I need to send something to Minmus to point back at these two satellites here. So that's what I want to accomplish. I have these resource loads. I'm not sure what to do with these, honestly. I scanned them kind of by accident because I was pushing buttons and I didn't know what they did. And I still don't know what these resource loads are for or what they're from. Like, I don't know what mod generates these. All I know is that on this satellite I had the option to scan a resource load, and it did just that. It gave me a new resource load to scan. So, I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually. I may even need to Google that. I don't know which mod that's from. So, let's see. All of my sats are in place. It's probably, it's either community resource or it's something like USI, specifically USI MKS, which is the ability to build stations on planets and utilize the resources on the planet to build additional rockets and parts and stuff like that. So my guess is that's what those are, and then ideally you would land your station near the load so that you can start mining it. That's a guess. I don't know for sure. I don't have carbonite installed, so it's not that at the very least. But carbonite is one of the many USI mods, so it could be a similar component to what they have done with carbonite. But for example, USI MKS has the ability to build rockets in space or on other planets using material kits, rocket parts, and stuff like that. So there's manufacturing processes in place to do that through USI, not buildings. I guess they are buildings, but USI modules that you can put out there.
Cat, hi, Cat.
So, I have, I think, most of what I want in place. Come on. Come on. Yes, hello. I have a very large cat. You can see tail right here. She is going to perch on my leg, I hope, and stop being so loud and obnoxious. We shall see. Alright. So, what I wanted to do... Hey, Kirov, how you doing? What I wanted to do is grab the quad sat array. Methinks. Actually, let me look at the quad sat array and see what its delta V looks like. Delta V on this thing looks like 6,300 roughly once in orbit. That should be fine. But let's see, the other one that I have, I don't remember if this was the exact same or not. No, this was a little bit beefier. Probably justly so. 6,400, so roughly the same either way. So let's stick. Nah, this one's. I don't know. I don't know if I like this one or not. It seems overkill, and I vaguely remember this being difficult to fly. So let's go back to the quad and see what we can do with that. Good, good. She has perched on my leg, and she has decided to be nice and quiet now. So we have nice, quiet, happy kitty. Good, good. Alright, so now I need to take all of these off. True, you can never have enough power. So this is the tiny sat I wanted to build? No, that's the too tiny sat. What's the other one I wanted to do? Not that one. Did I not copy the file over? Let me check. Let me check if I copied the file over. Because I do a lot of the fiddling in my test world, universe, whatever. And then I copy the files over, and sometimes I don't remember to do that. So saves, twin-tech, assemblies. I did copy the file over, but I don't have access to it, which means I must have used a part that I don't have. Balls. Okay. So, and I think I know which part I used now that I think about it. I'm pretty sure it was a battery, similar to this one, that I just like the look of more. I think that might have been what I did. So I could either science to unlock that part, or I can attempt to build it again with parts that I actually do have access to. Don't save because I didn't do anything. Leave. Don't save. There we go. Let's see if the part that I want is close enough to bother getting science for. And it's a battery. It is this battery. It is next in line. However, it is 550 science, so I need to get 500 science to be able to do it. And it is going to require an upgrade of my R&D center, which I currently cannot afford. So it would be better off to just rebuild the satellite. It's fine. It's fine. Let's do it. I know, right? Reverse engineering your own tech. It was actually a mistake. I got excited about building it to look neat, and I didn't realize that in doing so I was using parts that I didn't have access to in my career mode. So I got a little bit carried away with myself. That's okay. Alright, so let's hit new. And let's start over, shall we? Alright, so start off with the hex, because that's what I want. So right now I'm just going to be building the satellites that I need. And then I will figure out how to get them up in space. What are you doing, cat? So she's perched on my leg, and she's gnawing on her foot on my leg, which felt really weird. Alright, so this goes up here. This was what I ended up failing at, because I didn't want the thing that looked like it was just an array of double A's. I was trying to make it look neat, and there was a different battery that just looks cooler, looks a little bit more technical. But yeah, because I don't like those batteries all that much. I don't like just a stack of these because they just don't look all that great. All right. But I am going to at least attempt to recreate the looks of it. Indeed. Unless it looks nice, it won't fly nice. I agree. Alright, so that is the rough gist of the satellites here. And then I just need to get two more things. Yes, two more things on there. I need to have a dish of some variety. And then I need to have an Omni. So I actually need to have just one dish. Now I think I debated on using these. Oops. Glowing Kraken indeed. Do I have my flag on here somewhere? Really? My flag's not on here somewhere. Fascinating. Anywho. Let me grab this. So how does that look as far as, like, the satellite looks are concerned? The only thing I don't like is this clipping here. I wonder if I can move these up a hair. Nah, it's still going to clip. And if I try to move it out, it's just going to not look like it's attached. Yeah, because if I move it out to not be... If I move it out to not be clipped, it then looks funny. So what can I do to fix that? Let me grab you and put you there for now. Can I use a structural component that will bridge the gap nicely? I think I can, actually. So let me scoot this down. Put that like so. And then rotatey. Come on. So if I rotate you like so. Is that close? Can I do this? Yeah, that's better. And that's a sharp angle then. So now if I grab this, and put it on here, then I'll stick it out a little bit. How's that look? Trying to think if I have any other options. So then I can take this one away. You look like a satellite. So I can take that and rotatey, and then scooty downy, Okay. Oops. Last time I got my truck stuck in water, it floated. And then I had no control over it. I ended up having to speed time up until it ended up following a current to a nearby shore that allowed it to do things. So I'm thinking, just for symmetry's sake, I probably should take another one of these and put this dish on top of it. So let me grab that, put that there-ish, remove this doohickey. Yay, Kerbals! Howdy Arctic, how you doing? Oh, if you're on spin tires, then yeah, I can't help you there. Can't help you at all there. Alright, so that, or this. I think that's the right answer. Let me scoot it now down the middle, because I was not scooting it down to the middle because of reasons. But now reasons are less valid, so. Alright, so how's that look as far as like a universal satellite that I'm going to have like 12 of up in space? Because there's going to be 4, I might be able to do 3. Maybe I'll do 3 around each moon, so 9 of them. I think it looks good. I think it looks alright. Kind of wish that top wasn't so flat. Like, can I put something on top of there that'll make it alright looking? Like, something like this? Can I shrinkify it? I can. I don't know what to name it. Feel free to throw out suggestions. Howdy, Avery. We are doing Kerbals, in case you couldn't guess. You know what? Whatever this thing is, I like it. I might keep that on there. See if there's anything else that would be good on there. I could throw a mini claw on there. You know, that sounds like a great name for a proper ship, but this is not a proper ship. This is just a satellite. We're thinking satellite names here. Untitled spacecraft, you say? It kind of has a ring to it, a nice ring to it, actually. We also have this doohickey, but that doesn't look like a good doohickey. We have this doohickey. But I don't like that doohickey. What do we have in utility? We also have this. That's a little bit too big. There's not really much in the way of small decorative parts. That is the opposite of small. These are going to be an array of 3 or 4 communication satellites around Mun, Minmus, and Iantopia. just for the purposes of communication for any other drones that I might send up. Now there could be different names for each array. So the Mun array might be named differently than the Minmus array, for example. Doesn't have to be, but certainly could. Are there any other nifty things I can put on top? I think that's a little bit excessive. A little bit excessive. Where does that name come from? Just out of curiosity. I am not familiar with that name. Interesting. That would be a very obscure reference you got there. That's much larger than I thought it would be. No, I think I might just stick with this doohickey. It doesn't do much. It's just there, providing a little bit of decoration. Yeah, screw it. Let's go with it. All right. So let me shrinkify all of my bits and bobs. Wouldn't that be EVV then instead of EVO? All right. Well, let's so this whole thing costs me $7,500. So it's a relatively cheap piece of equipment, and I should be able to put a bunch of them up there without too much problem. So let me throw this down here. Okay. And then I want to load up the quad sat array. This reminds me, I forgot a very critical piece of work on that moon comsat thingy. I forgot lights. Lights are important. That is a really big light. Let's go with these. Okay. Kirov, if your heart beats so fast, you might want to lay off the coffee. Just a thought. That's a nice color. I like it. Here we go. And then on top... Can I not lock it? I can't lock it. Okay, so I'm going to put it manually. Let's do this one then. That'll do. Alright. That's centered enough. That'll do. Alright, so now let's put that back. Parahut? Chocolate. Alright, Mooncomsat, replace that. Yes, indeedy. And now we can pull out the ComSat array, or the QuadSat array. And get that renamed. And get these off of there. Ah. No, it is not a parachute. It is just a decorative thingy. Yep, that would be why the point is to not go fast. Alright, so this is going to be roughly 5,000 Delta V. That should be enough to get to Minmus and back, correct? Alright, another thing I need is my calculator thingy. Where are you, calculator thingy? That calculator thingy and this calculator thingy. Alright, I need them around Minmus first. How about 1 million? I can't do a million. How about 500,000? I don't think I can do 500,000 either. What is Minmus's sphere of influence? I don't think it's very far. I may or may not be missing the reference you guys are making. So, Kirov airship is what exactly? Minmus is really 100? No, that can't be right. Is it really? Unfortunately, one of my mods has actually broken my KSP, so I can't look here. Minmus sphere of influence. That is way too much information. Sphere of influence is 2.247 million. Which would be 2,200? I also can't map right now. That's fine. Okay, so that needs to go away. Come on, KSP, go away. There we go. Okay. So, is 5,000 Delta V enough to get to Minmus and back? Not positive, actually. Oh, wow. Man, apparently it's been long enough since I've played Red Alert 2 and 3 that I don't remember that. That makes me sad. Alright. So if that's not enough, then how about... How about... Yeah, definitely want a little bit of leeway because I am going to have this. This is a manned mission, so it does need to definitely bring my dude back for sure. So how about we throw on some of these things? Up to 5,500. What else do I have? These might do it. I wonder, can I just crack this thing on the bottom and be done with it? Like, can I just do that? Where is this? Where is this? There we go. Can I just do that? This might be the silliest thing ever attempted, but we'll see. I need to decouple it. According to this, it should work. According to this, the whole mess should work. Let me throw on a couple parachutes and get those things recovered a little bit. That might not be enough, but we'll see. Alright, and then I just need to hold it all in place. Yeah, I never did super weapons all that much. I mostly did, hang on, thinking. So you need to go down here. Oh, it's all sorts of janky for sure, but this rocket does have a lot of power to it, so it might be okay. If not, it will be a spectacular failure, and it will be amazing. Alright, so then this needs to come down here. This needs to come down here. These need to come up here. Alright, so we've got Big Bada Boom and release. And then we have release the Big Bada Boom. start up the next set of engines and parachute the big bada boom. And then we have, after these engines go, we have releasing those engines and parachuting them. Then we have the next set of engines starting at the same time. Then we have releasing those because these are asparagus staged, or at least partially. And we have these, and all that. And all the rest of this is the same as my usual. Okay. So let's launch this crazy monstrosity and see what this looks like. Jeb's on board, that's fine. Alright, so this says synchronous orbit is 357.94. So let's try that. It's probably not going to be exact, but it will be close enough. Hey, Prince, welcome back. It has been a while. Let's turn off these things because they're in my way. Alright, TSAS, throttle up. Don't need to throttle up right away, but good to be in the habit of it. It's okay, Prince. You got a life. You're allowed to have one of those. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go! That thing barely has enough power to get this thing moving, but it's good enough. Almost makes me think I need 4 of those. Oh, there's lag. I have way too many parts on this ship. It'll get better as I start dropping them. It'll be fine. It was close to just floating there. It was close. Alright, this thing I think I'm just going to let it push all the way until it's out of fuel, which is close. Hopefully the parachutes will kick in, because I don't need that thing dropping back down on my landing pad. Very nice, very nice. Alright, I'm going to try to get a little bit of go. These SRBs actually have gimbal on them, so that's pretty amazing. Why is there purple on the rocket? Because I put purple on the rocket. That is the reason for that. I put purple and I put a little bit of teal on the end too, because teal's pretty. Alright, that SRB is aiming straight for my VAB. I don't like that. Am I? Am I what, Poptree? I am many things. What? Purple does equal royalty, for sure. I am not how to basic. I am twin minds. Those are 2 different things. Yipe. Well, so much for recovering those solids. Whoops. Oh well. I like purple, various shades. I like teal. I do also like blue. In fact, LED blue, specifically the blue that comes out of LEDs, is my favorite color. It's just hard to get that color on things. Alright, so our Apo's at 33 and climbing, so we are making progress. See if I can do this a little bit more. Trying to get a little bit more of a 45-degree angle. Rainbow! Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. Alright, so my numbers on this tell me I need to be at... Fuel's good, fuel's good, okay. If I'm aiming for 357.94 for synchronous orbit, my parry needs to be at 212, okay. Black, blue, and white. Interesting. What is your very specific shade of blue? Why are the parachutes red? Anywho, those get to go. Very gentle about my turning, because I'm still within the atmosphere, so the atmosphere can still grab me since I'm nose heavy. We're at Apo of 70, 71, still going. Demos, do you like it enough that you have the hex code written down for when you want to use it? I am purposely doing this, actually. I'm very gently tapping to make it move very slowly. So this is all me. Alright, so we're at 80. Good man, Demos. I approve. We're at 84, still climbing. I'm fine with going forward until my Apo hits about 100, then I'll want to pause and level that out. Nice. 91, so we're definitely pushing. So clearly I had more than enough power behind this thing. So hopefully I should have more than enough to get there and back without much problem. 96, 97, 98, 99, and 100. Okay, so now I can coast for a little bit here. Kirov, I can almost guarantee that there are realistic constellation mods out there. I don't have one, I just have one that makes things pretty. So, you know, slightly unrealistic, excessive amounts of nebula and whatnot. But I like it, it's pretty. Gives it a little bit more of a sci-fi appeal to it. Did I accidentally do a perfect launch to get to the Mun? I think I did. Too bad I'm not going to the Mun, I want to go to Minmus first. I'm not entirely sure I have enough ability to get to Minmus, because this is a manned mission to Minmus, and manned mission to Minmus requires something like 20 days. It's like 10 or 11 days to float there, and then another 10 or 11 days back. And I only have 15 days of fuel, or supplies for the Kerbal. So I might need to cut this short and go to Iontopia instead. Or maybe even Mun, since I'm already pointed there. Yeah, I'm gonna need fuel, or I'm gonna need supplies. That's unfortunate. Rockets, I think I've got plenty of. Like with this current build, I think it's enough, even for Minmus with extra fuel. Should be good. I think I did it again. I think I forgot. I'm curious if these are all going to work properly. Oh good, they're all going to work properly without running into each other. I did not plan for that, by the by. I think I will aim for Minmus, because I vaguely remember setting the setting that allows my named Kerbals to survive a little bit longer without food. Because they're veterans, they know what they're doing. So I think I can do that. Alright, so we are 20 seconds to Apo, so I'm going to go ahead and prograde. When I get more Kerbals, I will absolutely. If it lets me. I don't know if it will let me name. Otherwise, I could definitely cheat name them. I could do that. How are we on circularizing here? We are very slowly circularizing. Get this circle going properly here. Oh, I remember doing that. That was my first and most successful Mun landing ever. Ever since then, it's been a challenge. Oh, those are fine. We are close enough. So those are not going to fall back down. So I'm going to have to retrieve those at some point. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. Alright, so we're still going to try for Minmus. So I'm going to set his target. And here's the part where I am going to utilize Mech-Jeb. Because Mech-Jeb makes me happy. So I need to match planes with target first. Kerbals have lost? What? What you talking about? Oh, it overturned. I do have very little actual control on this ship, so that makes sense. All I've got is the tiny little reaction wheel in the nose cone here. Probably should have included a little bit more on this, but that's okay. No, stop overcompensating. Stop overcompensating, you silly little bugger. No abandoned rockets yet. I mean, I guess those kind of sort of count as abandoned rockets, but those are just empty stages. Nothing remarkable yet. Avery, that is just about accurate. Yes, absolutely. Okay, seriously, are you just gonna keep wobbling and overcompensating? Because if you are, I'm gonna do this myself. I'm gonna abort node execution and do this my damn self. Okay. The Kerbal inside of here said that, because that is Chatterer, the Chatterer mod. All right, go ahead and execute. You are pointed at the right direction. Do your thing. Hex code is 204373. See what that looks like. That's a nice shade of blue. Not gonna lie, that's almost exactly the same color blue as my company that I work for, so I see that blue all the time. And it most certainly is a nice shade of blue. Where? Where's Orion? Where? That looks kind of dipperish right here. That kind of sort of looks like Orion's belt, but I don't see the rest of Orion there. On the green. Where? Down here? I mean, I see plenty of 3 stars, but nothing that looks like actually Orion. I ain't seeing it. I think you're seeing what you want to see, Kirov, but I'm not seeing Orion down there. Alright, so we are now matched planes. Ooh. Okay, so now we can home and transfer to target. And this is going to require me manually pointing at it again. I'm not even sure that the space background that we have here is legitimate. Like, I don't know if it's the real world or not, real universe or not, whatever. I have no clue. Okay. So we are pointed. We are doing things. I'm going to take a pretty little picture. Sekirov, I saw at least 3 sets of 3 stars in a straight line. And Orion was not near those. So for example, we have the 3 stars in a straight line right here. And then there was another one up here. But none of those are part of Orion. Then we have these 3 that are kind of in a more beltish shape, but there's still no Orion there. So I think you're just seeing what you want to see. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and execute that. I don't think so. Because we also have these 3 here, and we have these 3 here. There's plenty of Orion-like belts, but I don't see the rest of Orion around those belts. You know, Kirov, you just keep that dream alive, man. You can see Orion up there. Oh, oh. If it was there, can't see it anymore. Because the planet got in the way. So we're still working on going. It's near the sun. I say that, but I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it. Even if I block out the sun. This is the closest that I see to Orion, but it is definitely not Orion. But just because it has 3 stars in somewhat of a line, it's not Orion. We are going that way. Anywho, though, I don't care about seeing Orion. It's pretty. It's pretty out here. And it doesn't need to be Orion to be pretty. Besides, I can see Orion out in my real house most nights. Changes position in the sky every once in a while, but it is definitely there. Copy. Paste. Do the thing. Do the thing. 0. That's kind of weird. 4 satellites. Interesting. So this tells me a different story. It is about 10 p.m. here. Yeah, 10:07 to be exact. Indeed. I am in the Great White North of Minnesota. Alright, how is our orbit looking? Our orbit is looking fine. That's a little bit not fine, but that's okay. I can fix that later. The thing that is going to concern me is, can I actually make it with my current orbit? Because if I fast forward, chances are Minmus is not going to be where I need it to be anymore, and my orbit will get all janked up. That happens sometimes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to F5, and we're going to see how this looks. You are probably the only one in the Philippines right now? Alright, so if I fast forward, I'm going to lose Minmus. Yes, Minmus jumped. But I don't think I lost it necessarily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add maneuver here and see about circularizing this orbit. $123, $322. All right. Someone quick, tell me. 357 kilometers is how many meters? Is that just 357,000? Or is that something else? Yes, hello, cat. Where are you, cat? One year? No, it says 16 minutes. Cat, hello. Cat, hello. Gato. What would you like, cat? What would you like? Cat would like attention. What? No, my maneuver thing is only going to take 16 minutes to get there in like a second. Hello, cat. What you doing? Cat is being weird. It shouldn't be a year to reach Minmus. What you talking about? Warp here. If I hit warp to SOI margin... Cat, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? If you're looking at the part where it says time, like right down here, that's referring to the actual time in game that I will be reaching there, which is the first year, day 55, at 2 hours, 53 minutes, and 49 seconds. So that is the exact time. Not how long it will take to get there, but the actual day and time. And if you look down here, node in T minus 15 minutes, that's how long it will actually take for me to get there. Oh, it is Kerbal indeed! How you doing, Javatar? Alright, so I need to do that button once more. That button once more? Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. It's not Russian language, it's Kerbalized language. So the Chatterer mod takes multiple real-life recordings from various space agencies, including NASA and various Russian missions, since I can't remember theirs for some reason or another, and then they Kerbalized it, so they scrambled it and made it sound Kerbally. Okay, so I should be able to go this direction. The biggest challenge that I have right now is that every time I fast forward, Minmus moves. And that's a big challenge, because it makes it difficult to aim when my planet keeps moving. It's a very difficult challenge indeed. Alright, so I'm going to try to fast forward this now. Yeah, just a little bit of movement. Okay. So if I did that now, yeah, so my current parry is going to be 436. So now, 436, let's fast forward to see if we can get there. And my parry has changed to 431. So it's not a huge difference. And I'm kind of okay with that for now. I have not actually tried to capture an asteroid yet. I was about ready to do that on my my last career playthrough before it started going to hell and I had to quit it. So I want to do that this time around for sure. Oh, Kerbals, you so funny. Alright, so floating to Minmus is going to be roughly 5 or 6 days. Yeah, it looks like we're T plus 6 days once we get there. 7 days. 8 days by the time we get there. Okay. So now what I need to do is I need to drop this. So why is that not working? Okay, so my numbers on this tell me that if I did an altitude of... Yeah, if I did an altitude of 357 kilometers, my internal periapsis should need to be 212 to get that appropriate. But my other calculator says 23. And I don't know why that is. Hey, Demon, how you doing? I'm trying to do math. Math is hard. No, the Russian. Alrighty, Avery, that sounds like a plan. Well, let me at least circularize this thing first. I will have to circularize and then maybe equatorialize as well. Why am I creating a maneuver node for this? I don't need to create a maneuver node for this. Actually, I should if I want to circularize and equatorialize at the same time. So let's do that, I suppose. So circularize, lots of that. Oh dear. Yeah, reacclimatizing to anywhere after spending a week in Florida is an interesting ordeal. Because Florida is an interesting and unique place. Alright, that looks good enough. That looks good enough. So let me get myself moving. Javator, the answer to that always is more rockets. That is always the answer to that. Very nice. Gulf Coast, especially Clearwater area, is a very nice area. Alright, let me see about... You know what, screw it. Let's make this 500. Make that 500. That needs to be 304. And let's see about making this. That's why that's not working. Min-miss. There we go. Push that button. Okay, so 357.941, and we need a parry of 212. Okay. Nice. Very nice. Alright, we are warping here. That's fine, you have fun with that, Javator. You have fun with that. Very nice. I approve. Alright, so we're at 1 minute till maneuver node. 30 seconds till maneuver node. 10. There we go. Let's get this thing in. Get that Apo in, get that parry in. You know, I feel like I should almost do this at 1,000,000. For no other reason than I can. So, feck it, let's do 1,000,000. One more 0 there. So 1 million, and I need 630. Let's do that, shall we? So I need to go delete that. I need to go prograde ever so slightly. So Prince has got to go, and Kirov's got to go. See ya, both of you. What? Now you give me the JK? Alright. You stick around all you'd like. Let me check all my streams and make sure my streams are functional. Everything appears to be working fine. Bye, Prince. Thanks for stopping by again. Alright, so let's put this out at 1 million. Million good enough. And then my internal needs to be 630. So if we warp to here... And then we go to prograde, which it's eventually doing. I just need to pop that out to about 630. That sounds like a plan. Okay, there we go. So now we are getting there. Oh man, I got the flashy thing. I hate you, flashy thing. I hate you so much, flashy thing. Alright, so now what I need to do is I need to pop out some of these things. Target Kerbin. I don't want to activate it yet. I don't want to activate those yet. I have to activate these, okay. Hopefully that's not going to cause a problem. We'll see. I am in Minimus now, yes. The flashy thing has decided to strike. Oh, busting out the death clock, are we? Nice. Alright, we're at Minimus, and I need to fast forward by a few minutes. Flashy thing, I hate you so much. Man, I listened to the first 2 Death Clock albums many times over. And we're gonna decouple this and hope that the Kraken doesn't hit. No striking Kraken. That'll do nicely. Now I just need to wait for it to float a little bit. I can activate the engine. Yeah, I don't think I realized the third one came out. I have been out of the loop on ever so many things since then. Alright, so let's prograde. Close enough. Alright, and I need to get my parry up to 1 million. Ooh, that is touchy. Very touchy. There we go. That's close enough. I know some opera. Not very much, but I know some. Alright, what is my orbit? So my orbital period currently is 7 days, 3 hours, 24 minutes, and 58 seconds. So I think if I make that 25 minutes, that'll be a good number to remember. So let me... Oh, Death Clock Opera, no. I was not aware of that. That sounds amazing. That was too much. So what I need to do now is the Musiko maneuver. So close. Too little. Too much. This is going to take a little bit of time. Hate you, flashy thing. Hate you so much. .03. Why is my orbital period changing? Aha! Orion! You are right, Kirov. I guarantee you were seeing it before, and I was just not seeing it. You are right. There is Orion right there. Right here, where my ship is washing over. So we've got the belt, and then we have... I think this is upside down currently, so these are the legs, and these are the arms. I think. I'm not positive. But yes, you were seeing it before, and I was not. So bravo! You have proved me wrong. Now, what are these 3 stars here? These 3 that are in a straight line right at my mouse? Are those part of Orion, or is that just something else entirely? Meanwhile, I'm going to keep attempting. Oh no. My ship moving ever so slightly is changing my orbital period. No, I see Orion. Like, I see belt and legs and arms, but these 3 stars right here, there are 3 stars, 1, 2, 3 in a straight line right here. Taurus I've never been able to spot, so I would not be able to recognize Taurus if it bit me in the ass, unfortunately. Yep, so this whole orbital period thing is still getting me. That was way too much. Close enough. Close enough. Alright, someone try to remember. 7 days, 3 hours, 25 minutes. I'm gonna try to remember that myself, but I might not be able to. Okay. Alright, and this also needs to point normalish? Yeah, normalish. Let's point normal, shall we? Alright, did we ever decide on a name for this thing? For this whole array around Minmus? Because that's a Minmus. If not, I can come back with a different name. Why? Why are you now in a different time period? I hate you so much. It's changing as we speak. Constellation Hunter? You know, I'd believe it now. And frankly, I'm ashamed of myself for not seeing Orion earlier. Because I can look up at any point at night at my house and just see it without even thinking about it. But when I was looking in this space, I couldn't see it at all until just now. So I feel bad. And is this a dipper, or am I not remembering that right? I don't know. I'm honestly terrible at constellations. It's just that Orion is one that I can always see because it just happens to be always over my house. But other constellations, I was never very good at playing Connect the Dots. Yeah, typically I just see stars too. Typically it's just like, ooh, that's pretty. But that's all I got. Are you talking about these that are called Orion's Sword right here? Because that's kind of cool. Alright, why is this time period not working right? It's changing based on which direction I'm pointing. Really? Seriously? The act of moving is causing that? Weird. What if I rotate this direction? It doesn't matter. No matter what I do, it's causing the orbital period to increase. That's frustrating as all hell. Alright, let me go retro ever so slightly. See if I can get it to adjust a little bit. If I do this some... Yeah, the more I do this, the more my orbital period changes. And that's the weirdest thing ever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep doing this until my orbital period is where I want it to be, and then stop touching it. And I would expect that if I were using RCS, but I'm not using RCS, and it shouldn't be doing this. Okay. It is now to a point where I'm going to stop touching it. And I'm going to walk away before it becomes a problem. I need to switch. Come on, let me switch. Whoop. That one. Switch. Alright, so now I should be able to warp around again. That's 5 minutes out. That'll be good. Alright, so now I need the next one ready, which means I need to pop all the thingies again. It is a little bit quiet in here. So let's go ahead and decouple this. And that one decided it's going to go off that direction on its own, so I'll take it. How much did that change? Apple's fine. Perry's fine. Good, so now we can prograde that. Seven, 8, 9... Okay, so just about a million, so I need to slow boat that now. Alright, so we are now at the point where I can start getting the period, hopefully, in the right period, I guess would be the word for that. Alright, so I need this period to be at as close to 25 minutes as I can. Close. Close, but not quite. Close, but not quite. Why? This one is going the opposite direction. God damn it. Why are you being a pain in my ass? Okay, good enough. We're just going to go pointing this thing normal. I think this might be anti-normal, actually. It is normal. Oh, good. I need to go prograde ever so slightly. Because this thing is being weird about prograde. Okay, we good? We're good. Alright. I'm gonna stop touching it. I need to stop touching it. Make sure this thing is pointing at Kerbal. Kerbin, not Kerbal. Kerbal's the sun. And we're as good as we're going to get here. Stupid nose. Oh no. I do believe... I think... Oh, balls. Jeb's a tourist now. So I can finish this mission. I can get the sat out there. but I can't recover Jeb yet because of the whole supplies situation. So what I'll need to do then is I'll need to bring someone out here and strap some supplies onto him so he can be fed again. But I'm going to leave it. I mean, we'll count that as a rescue mission that needs to take place. Alright, so what I now need to do is I now need to time warp. Welcome back, Demos. You were indeed here in the past, so you are back from the past. You are correct. Alright, next satellite is up. Kerbin. And activate. And activate. And decouple. Okay, this one's not flipping its wig like the other ones had been, so I need to flip its wig on its own. Flippy wig? No flippy wig? Okay, I'm gonna push you with the solar panel then. Go. Shoo. Shoo. Alright, so that's good. Now we can point this thing prograde. And get the burning. Yeah, they use multiple languages and they Kerbalize them, so they do scramble them a little bit. Oops, too hard. I need to retro quite a bit. Balls. Alright. I need to dethrust this quite a bit. I hate you, flashy thing. I just want to remind you that I hate you, flashy thing. Okay, so I need to go this way. If anyone feels the urge to do some Google foo and figure out what causes the flashy thing, I'd be much appreciative. Alright, that's good enough. Let's point ourselves normal. Make sure that's on. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So now the last straw is this one. It is pretty, isn't it? Hell March. Hell March every single time. However, I did have the Red Alert 2 soundtrack, and I listened to that thing all the time. Way back. When I first had my car, I listened to Hell March, or the whole Red Alert 2 soundtrack many times over. Alright, so you are going to decouple. And you are going to give it a boot, I suppose? Shoo. Shoo. Are you shoot enough yet? I think you're shoot enough. Alright, activate prograde. How is that possible? 3 hours and 53 minutes is way too much. 3 hours 23. Okay, that's how it's possible, is that it's just plain tiny. This probably would have been easier at a lower altitude, because now that we're dealing with a million meters out from Minmus, there's practically no gravity affecting this, so it's all tiny movements that are causing me a lot of heartburn, is what's happening here. You know what? That's almost perfect. So let's see if I can make it more almost perfect without going crazy. Are you going to be a pain in the ass? Yeah, you're going to be a pain in the ass. Okay. I should have known that you were going to be a pain in the ass, but I didn't want to believe it. That'll do. That would not happen these days. No one declares war anymore. What are you talking about? They just do a bunch of silent ops to get what they need done. Alright, so this constellation is good. It connects. It does its thing. However, it is not perfect. Only because the orbital periods are all sorts of janky. And I can't get them to not be janky. So, it is what it is. But what I want to do now is switch to this. Come on, switch harder. This is 131. Hey, flashy thing went away. Hooray! Alright, so now, connected. I was wondering if that would ever stop. Alright, so that's good. Let's transmit that. Yeah, transmit it. Shut your face. Shut your face. Alright. So the other thing I'm trying to figure out is... That's not the button I wanted. Disabled? There we go. Resource. Overlay? Overlay. Overlay. Not getting an overlay. Okay. Ah, okay. So it did not take much effort to finish that mission. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. Okay, so what had happened is I did the ScanSat stuff, which required being at an orbit of 250,000 or something like that. So now I've got my my ScanSat of Minmus, but when I attempted to do the ore scan, it wouldn't let me because it needed to be at a closer altitude. I went to the closer altitude and it said, you don't have connection to Kerbal. So I'm like, okay, fine, be that way. So that's why I wanted my antenna network out here. But now it was just a one-button push. I thought it was going to be a lengthy scan. But instead it was push one button, get ore scan, done. So that's fine. So now, what do we got here? So it looks like our ore is 2% in the gray areas and upwards of 10% in these pink areas here. Otherwise, we kind of have 5, 8, 2, etc. So there's not much ore on Minmus, but I now know where I can land to get the best collection of ore. So let's do ore. Ore. Biome map. This doesn't appear to do anything. This whole thing doesn't appear to be doing anything. Biome map. Do the thing. Map type. Altimetry. Weird. So now that I've got the ore, it doesn't let me do anything else. Unless I cut off the resource overlay there. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So in this spot here, this dark area here is where I've got ore. And that's Greater Flats. Okay. So that gives me an idea of where I want to aim for my lander, which will ultimately be a miner, because I have a mission for that. So this satellite is now practically worthless. It's done its job. But I'm going to leave it there, because why not? Actually, I probably have enough fuel left in this thing to bring it all the way back to the planet and be done with it. What does my vessel say? Delta V total is 1,500. So if I do it right, I can send it on a course back to the planet. But Nah, let's leave it here. Oh, hey, we do have an overlay. So let's do that button. Don't draw overlay. Draw overlay. There we go, okay. So we have biomap here if I did ore. There we go. Now I've got proper overlay. It wasn't working before. Colorful. But yeah, right here is where I've got 10%. So if I can manage to land there, I'll have the best possible chance of ore, even though the ore is crap. But that's fine. Alright. So now that everything is as much in place as I can make it, this is going to be a challenge. Because I now have Jeb floating out in Minmus, not doing anything useful. And I don't think I can control him. But let's switch to him and find out. Welcome back, Kirov. Alright, let's plan for that. And plan for that. Okay. Do I have any control? I think he's a tourist, so the answer is no. Yeah, the answer is no. I have no control. Okay. So he is now worthless. All that happened is that I finished my satellite array, and I did my ore scan on Minmus, but now Jeb is a worthless hunk of space junk until I can get some supplies sent up to him. So that is a future rescue mission that will be planned. I would like Jeb to come back sooner than later, so it's probably going to have to be a rescue mission either tonight or possibly tomorrow night. But I do want him back sooner than later. He's not dead, so whenever they run out of food supplies, they just turn into tourists, and they are uncontrollable until you feed them again. Then they get happy, and you can control them like they're their old happy selves again. So I need to send up another ship with some supplies that I can strap onto the side of the ship that he can eat. And then everything will be happy. But for right now, he's just space junk floating out there, admiring the view, I guess. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the Space Center. In the meantime, I am going to BRB. So, BRB! I have returned. What a shock. Alright, so, next step is to look at my missions quick. So this one's active for 30 more days, and then it will be done. So I've got missions to launch space stations around Kerbin, Minmus, and Iontopia. Kind of eventually want to get one for Mun as well, but I don't really need to. I need to do an orbital survey of Iontopia, which is basically just running 4 experiments out there and then coming back again, so I could do that. Explore Kerbin, that's switching vessels out for a spacewalk, that's fine. Extract ore from Minmus and deliver it to Kerbin. So that's one that I do want to do, but I'm not positive if I have ore mining drills yet. I believe last time I got this mission, it was early, and I didn't have the drills yet. So I ended up having to save it until I could unlock the drills. Let's see. What do I have access to? Do I have drills? Sensors, labs, scanners, data transmitters. I have a dirt drill, and I have a metal ore drill, but neither of those are things that get me just ore. Okay, that's not good. So I'm going to have to wait on that. I can't do the Minmus mining yet. Okay, so I recovered that, I recovered that, and that, and that. I recovered bits, but I lost this one. This was just a decoupler? Weird. Okay. I guess I lost a decoupler at some point. Alright. So what else can we do? Space station, space station, space station. Survey. Extract. So I do have an Iontopia tourist mission that I could do. Ah, Mun space station. Okay, so I do have space stations for all of the bodies in this system. Or in this sphere of influence, I guess. This is not the full system. Or Iontopia tourists. Or we can build the Jeb Rescue, which is also possible. I'm kind of thinking Jeb Rescue might be a good idea. Because I wasn't expecting to lose Jeb, honestly. So let's open up. Let's do Tourism Mark II. I should be able to convert that pretty easily into a rescue ship. That's right. That was there for science. We're going to Minmus? Sure, let's bring some science with us. Welcome back. Alright, what do we have for food supplies? We have life support. Food supplies. How much food supply does this give us? This gives us... That's just fertilizer. Well, balls. I don't want fertilizer. I want actual life support. Okay, so this gives us 46 days worth of supplies. So 46 days worth of supplies would be good. Good morning, Musiko. How are you doing? Let's see about strapping on some more science in this thing, because we got more room for science. There's always room for more science. Science. Experiments. Let's plop this doohickey in there. Come on. There we go. Space is good. I just stranded Jeb, though, so I have to go rescue Jeb. My bad. Actually, I think I have all the science I can really fit in here without going big. I do have this, but that's also big. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Infected specimen, you say? Yeah, it's as much science as I dare to fit in there. So we'll close that, and then in here we have the supplies needed for a round trip, but I also need to open the seat inventory. And I need to put a couple things in here. So a couple things I need to put in here are solar panels. A couple of the tiny solar panels need to go in here. Come on. Oh, I need to grab it this way. Tiny solar panel. And tiny solar panel. And tiny solar panel. And another tiny solar panel. And then I also need to grab... let's see... power storage... Grab a couple of these for a little bit of extra juice. Ah, we don't need the extra juice. We just need solar panels. But then we also need life support. So, life support. So this is 100 supplies. So if I take off this and put on this... How much supply is that? That is 9 days worth of supplies. Not quite enough to get Jeb home, so I need 2 of them. Or I can try to put this in there. Can this fit in there? That doesn't fit in there. No, I have not landed on Duna. I am nowhere near the ability to do Duna yet. Because Duna is like a 1.5-year trip, so I would have to plan supplies and a ship that can support Kerbals long enough to get to Duna. That's one of the challenges of life support. Because this tank right here can only supply for 46 days. So if I'm going to do life support, it needs to be significant life support. Ooh, that's nice. Can I fit that in there? No, I cannot. Because that requires 450 something liters. Okay. Good to know. So if I do 2 life support packs, would that be enough? Yeah, because that's 9 days for each pack. That'll be fine. And then we also need, where's my KISS items? We need electric screwdriver. So wrench can attach surface parts, electric screwdrivers can attach stack nodes. So I guess I need the wrench. Sure, let's do that. Grab the screwdriver as well, just in case. Okay, so now we've got a tiny little rescue ship that can go pick up Jeb. Now the question is, who can go get Jeb? I think I could just do Val. Seventh place without doing anything. That's impressive. I remember watching Markiplier play once, and he was hiding in a house. And he had the house booby-trapped and bugged, waiting for someone to come, and he was hoping for someone to come, but they never showed up. And he ended up in like 3rd or 4th place before he decided... No, he ended up in 2nd place, actually, before he decided that he needed to actually leave this house and go hunting. And then he died. Like, immediately. Alright, I need to test something before I send Val. So I need to launch this and see if Val has the ability to attach parts. If not, then I have to send an engineer, which means they don't have any piloting skills, so I'm going to have to add a drone to give them SAS control. But I don't think Val can do this. I have to test it just to be sure. Alright, Val. EVA yourself. And, let's see. I need to look at her inventory. Equip. An item can only be used by a Kerbal with the repair skill, so no, she cannot do that. I wonder, before maintenance? Only engineers and mechanics can perform EVA maintenance. How about disassemble part? Can I disassemble this part? I can disassemble parts. That's fun. Poof! I wonder if it'll let me actually disassemble all this. can I? Oh, it won't let me disassemble the top part. Nope, okay. So Val cannot do this mission, so I need to revert back to vehicle assembly, and I need to plan to give SAS control to my engineer that's going to be driving this thing. Delta V wise, we are good. Okay. So what do we have for SAS control? We do have the fly-by-wire, which gives full SAS control. So I could put that on top. What else do we have? Neck jab can't do it. So it looks like this fly-by-wire is about the only option for that, unless I want to throw a drone core on, like the Probadubadubadubad. Which is doable, for sure. I could do that. But if the drone is in control, then I need to have antennas and whatnot. So much challenge. That should be enough, right? Sure. Javatar, it sounds like you might be describing something like Total War. Or Total War. Or Civilization. Not entirely sure though. Alright, so now if I take out that and put in Bill, Bill is going to have to go on a mission. So this can be the rescue boat. My shoulder's itchy. Why is my shoulder itchy? Load faster! Alright, so we should be good to go here. I shouldn't have to do any thinking. There, we're good, we're good, we're good. Good, good, good. Good, 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 good. This needs to be on its own. There. Okay. So, TSAS, and throttle up, and 3, 2, 1, go! I did! we are going. Flippy, flippy, flippies. Flippy, 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 flippy. If we go prograde now, we should be okay. Should being the key word there. Okay, so we're at 100, and now we can coast for a little bit. And I suppose we can fast forward coast. Okay, those things are going. We're going this way. I suppose I can wait a little bit. Now we're circled. Yeah, so now we need to target ourselves at Minmus. And get Mech Jeb to do a maneuver for me, please. What you talking about, Kirov? What you talking about? Why do you insist on overcompensating? What's wrong with you lately? Fine. Don't execute. I'll just do it myself. Okay. Now we can execute the node. Do the thing, dude. Do the thing. Hi, Kirov. How are you doing? We got junk nearby. 75 meters and closing. I don't think we should do that. Let's make ourselves a home and transfer to target. And let's get pointed at it. Execute, please. Do the thing. It's doing a thing. It's out of the thing. Do the thing some more, please. Okay, bye, Kirov. Thanks for playing. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for making me look stupid with Orion. Here's Orion for you as a parting gift. Alright, so we should be on our way running into the mun and then some. Alright, well that's not what I intended to have happen at all. We're not even gonna bounce off of Minmus because of the damn Mun encounter. Alright, whoops. Not what I intended. Okay. So how's about what's our Mun encounter look like? Looks not great. So what if I do some of these things? That's not good. Yep, that messes me up too much. So if I noticed that we were doing a Mun encounter, I would have not burned nearly so hard. So if we do basically a retro burn. Yeah, if we do a retro burn where we're at right now. For like 100 meters per second, we should be able to salvage this, I hope. I thought you were leaving. I'm trying to salvage this failed mission. I might have to relaunch though. Alright, so let's kill that. Try another home and transfer. That shouldn't be too bad. Let's do it. Let's execute that node. So in my burn to get to Minmus, where you going, buddy? Yeah, in my burn to get to Minmus, the Mun got in the way and messed up the whole ordeal. So now I'm attempting to salvage it, if I can. If I can't, I might have to revert and wait for the Mun to pass. But we'll see. Damn it, Mun! Exactly. Alright, so let's see if this thing can get me to Minmus with little additional effort at least. I did waste about 100 Delta V doing this, but overall that's not a terrible loss, I think. Alright, so we're good here. So now I need to get myself in an orbit with this guy. Landing. I mean, I probably could. But I mean, right now the goal is salvage my lost Jeb. That's the goal currently. So if I do this ever so slightly, I wonder. I'm coming in at a funky angle. Can I correct that? Looks kind of like, no, I can't really correct that. I can correct it once I get around to here, but other than that, I can't. Can't correct it from my current trajectory. Okay. So I'm just gonna have to get into the general vicinity and then fix it from there. Alright, let me do that in burn just to get it a little bit better. Alright, that was good enough. Good enough. All right, let's do this thing. Now, out of curiosity, can I do something like fine-tune closest approach? That would be interesting. Relative speed 191. What if I did match velocities with target? That's interesting. Fuck it. Let's try it. Let's see if it can do this for me. Is there ever not a war in Israel? It's hard to say for sure. What are you doing? That's not how you aim at that thing at all. Are you having problems, MacJeb? I think MacJeb is having problems. Like emotional issues trying to reach the target. You know what, MacJeb? You know what? I'm kind of getting sick of your shit, son. Now can you figure it out? Now you can figure it out. Okay. Alright, we're going to see if this node is appropriate enough to meet up and not die horribly. Alright, so we've got that here. Nice. Nice, MechJet. Nice. So, while it can't aim at maneuver nodes properly, it certainly can do rendezvous properly. So then if I did this button and fine-tune closest approach, it should be able to get us with a very nice encounter. So let's do that. Let's do that. Have we run out of stuff? We have run out of electric charge. Interesting. And that is because we're not pointing in a direction that gives us electric charge. Balls. Alright. So this is starting to produce energy. Welcome back. Alright, so we need to point this thing at the sun and get some energy. Alright, so we have energy flowing and I have no energy usage currently. But clearly I did not add enough solars on this thing to be useful, which is awesome. Alright, we're going to remove that node. Create node? So where is my target? My target is right there. Do we have enough juice to do this now? So create node. Let's point at sun, good. Alright, remove node and then create and execute. Alright, so according to this, we should be meeting up very shortly. So I need to make sure that we're pointed at the sun and not at random other things. Come on, point at the sun. We need light on this bugger. Sun. Light. Light good. Alright, so we are... This is a nice shot, actually. So if we look right here, we've got our ship, we've got Minmus, and we've got Kerbin, and the Mun off in the distance there. I cannot see Iontopia, but I don't know where it is in relation to the rest of everything. Howdy, Ninja Torak, welcome. So let's take a shot of that. We actually do have a flashy thing going on. Flashy thing's right here. It's barely visible though. It's not nearly as offensive as the bright blue flashy thing that I normally get. Where are you, Orion? Oh, hey. Is that... I think that's a dipper right there. It's really tiny. But I think it's a dipper. Not positive. But there's Orion. There we go. That's it. I think you were a little obsessed with Orion, though, there, Kirov. Alright, so according to this, if I fast forward... If I fast forward some more... We should be meeting up any moment now. I want to make sure that we're not running into the satellite as well. Ooh, satellite. Okay, those two passed safely. Good. Wasn't sure about that. Alright, so if we keep waiting, we will meet each other right here. Orbiting near Minmus is a ScanSat. So it is a satellite that is scanning the surface of Minmus and getting me all the useful details on it. I've already done all of the scanning with it though, so it is now worthless. So I'm debating on whether I want to crash it or return it at some point. I don't have school today either. What a coincidence. Alright, so if I switchy, this is... Okay. Good. Alright, so now I just need to get myself at the thing. So if I point towards it... I can fast forward this trip a little bit. Now this will be the first rendezvous that I've actually done on this career playthrough. And it happens to be around Minmus, because I happen to need it to be around Minmus. Although I have a mission that says I should be doing this around Kerbal. Kerbin, damn it. Kerbal's the sun, Kerbin's the planet. Kerbal's the sun, Kerbin's the planet. I'll never get it right. Alright, so now I need to point back at target. I don't go to school either. Alright, let's get this thing moving towards our target. F5, just so I don't accidentally crash into the damn thing. I am getting close, so I need to back off a little bit. I think I want to get to about 20. Nope, I need to point back at target. I accidentally went a little too far. Alright. So we're good. We're good. So now I need to exit Bill. Exit Bill, release Bill. And then Bill needs to go over here and do some installations. Alright, so Bill, I need you to check your inventory, sir. Equip that. Alright, so now we have some installations to do. I forgot how to do this. Yeah, that's how you do that. So it is not a good placement, but it is a placement. Alright, so now I just need to get on the underside here. There are currently 2 rockets orbiting Midmas, and it is amazing. And we have Bill strapping on some solar panels and some life support packs onto Jeb's ship so that Jeb can eat and be a happy, healthy Kerbal so that he will be ready to fly himself back home again. Now Bill just needs to make it back to his own ship so he can safely make the journey back. Good. You know, Jeb lost all of his manners when I stopped feeding him, so, you know, he was not about to be a nice host and invite Bill in. Alright, so now we have 2 functional Kerbal ships. Look at that smile on Bill's face. This bastard is happy to be where he is. Alright, so now Jeb is not... Jeb is still not happy? God damn it, Jeb. Alright, Jeb's not happy, and I think I know why. So Bill needs to go on another escape. Bill, go fix Jeb again. I think I know what went wrong. And I need to fix that. I think I might need to equip this again. No, it is equipped. How do I grab this part? Oh, that's weird. Mouse controls for EVA? What? Why did I not ever notice this before? Anywho. So I need to... Is it this button? Yeah, that button. Okay, so that button... I need to be closer? Is it G? Grab? Yeah, that's the button, okay. That's the button. So I think that they need to be strapped on top. I think that's what needs to happen here. Alright, before I send Bill away again, I need to check with Jeb and make sure that he's happy, hunky-dory with what's going on here. So, Alt-clicky. Jeb. Jeb. Why are you not happy with what's going on, Jeb? Jeb. Jeb for serious, Jeb. Be good, man. This worked last time. So I don't know what's up Jeb's butt. But yeah, Bill is going places. But he's happy to be going places. Look at him. He's thrilled. He's absolutely thrilled to be going places. Actually, hold on. If I point him this way... There we go. That's a good shot. Ninja? Alright. You have yourself a good night slash day slash whatever time it happens to be for you here. Alright. Bill, let's go back to your own ship. I missed. Alright, so Bill is a proper engineer. Jeb, I think, is being stupid. Jeb, why are you being stupid? We've got power. We've got food. We've got supplies. Interesting. Jeb, stop being dumb, please. Jeb's being dumb. Glowing Kraken. It's possible. Last time I did not need to, so maybe something's changed. But previously, I was able to just strap on the food and they were immediately better. But yeah, let's go ahead and switch back to Space Center and back again, see if that helps. As soon as we switch back to the scene. Oh, it is back. It's just dark as all hell. Yes, we're underwater again. That makes sense. Makes total sense. All right, let's zoom in. Yep, we're underwater. Damn it. Okay, so trekking station, that's where I need to be. Yeah, Kerbals can't move inside, but there are a couple mod parts that I have that kind of sort of allow for Kerbals to move inside. There's one where the ship itself is so large that you actually install a second part that allows for internal EVA. So then you can EVA inside the ship and walk around. Otherwise, yeah, I don't think I have too many options for that. Alright, so let's go back to this one. So this is... Jeb is still listed as a tourist here. And if you look at this, life support status does say that Jeb Kerman has supplies for 18 days. And he's indefinite on EC, HAB, and home because I've changed the stats for the named guys. But yeah, it says that he is good as far as supplies go, but he is still a tourist. Interesting. Well, let's fly it again and see if that changes. Meanwhile, I have to Google this. Damn you, Musako! Always give me these commands just moments too late. Looking up some USI information on why it's getting stuck as a tourist. Alright, so yeah, he's still listed as a tourist. So that did not fix it. Cat? I haven't shown cat recently, so you're talking about a different cat that is not my cat. Look at that janky placement, seriously. Look at that janky placement of all those strapped on parts. Oh, Bill, he may be an engineer, but he's not a good engineer. He's a duct tape engineer. So back to KSC. Mosako, are we good to go back to KSC, or do you need to look at anything else here before I click any more buttons? Yeah, I'm Googling it right now just to see what I can find. Bye, Kirov. Well, so there's 3 levels, I think. There's Grouchy, there's Mutiny. No, there's 4 levels. Grouchy, Mutiny, MIA, and KIA. So, grouchy is supposed to be where they just turn into a tourist, and as soon as their conditions are met, they're back to happy again. Mutiny is the same, but they will also start damaging random parts. MIA, they just go completely missing and gone from your list, but they will respawn after X amount of time. And KIA is permanently dead. Well, so that's the problem. I've tested that setting before. Once they're switched to a tourist, changing the life support settings does not help. I've tested that. I had that problem before. So, supply for non-vet and vet is grouchy. So they should just be tourist and then ready to be fed and then back again. I did turn off the electric requirement for vets, as well as the EVA requirement for vets. And then I also turned off the habitation entirely, because habitation was turning out to be such a hindrance that I couldn't actually go to another planet, ever, because the habitation requirements were so stupid. So I had to turn those off entirely. But as far as this stuff is concerned, I mean, I can definitely try. None supply effect, save. For vets, which include Jeb. So let's try to go back to Jeb and see if he'll turn back to normal again. Alright, so Moonsat Array. Jeb is still listed as a tourist here. Let's see if flying him fixes that. And it's looking from Googling it that you might end up having to fix it manually through save file editing. So that sounds fun. No, it is a little kraken squiddy thing. So yeah, Jeb is permanently tourist at this point. So even though his supplies now say indefinite, he is stuck as a tourist. So I am going to have to do save file editing to fix his butt, because he's dumb. But what that means is I'm going to have to do that another time, because I hit a stopping point here. So we are now stuck with Bill in orbit attempting to save Jeb. Jeb being dumb. And, yeah, mod issues. Now, if this becomes a problem, like I'm going to do this one more time, I'm going to test it out again, let supplies run out, I'll do this in my off time, and if they end up being stuck permanently as a tourist again, I'm going to have to turn that life support off. And that irritates me, because then I'm going to have to rely on my own honesty to at least attempt to give them enough supplies. Because I still want to go with life support. But if I have to turn it off and there's no enforcement to it, then I'm going to have to just kind of go on the honor system, and I don't do that very well. Because as soon as it's no longer a requirement, I'm like, okay, well, I don't need to do it anymore. That's fine. So, yeah. But I'm going to stop here because things are fun, and things are going well, clearly. You know what? Actually, one more thing. One more thing. Can I switch? There we go. One more thing. I'm going to attempt to land Bill, I think. I need to check my vessel, see what Delta V I have left. I have 1200 Delta V. That's actually not enough. Damn it! Never mind! Curses. Alright. How's about we get Bill home before this becomes a problem? Let's get Bill home. So how's about we set a maneuver here and see what this maneuver does for me. So much mean. What's with all the mean here? So much mean. Alright, let's do this, I think. Yeah, this is good. It's good enough. This is good enough. Let's just burn here where we're at. All of that parry. Okay, that should be good enough, I think. So we'll delete that, and we will let this warp ahead. So many Satamalites. I'm curious, what does my current orbit look like? My current orbit looks fine. Alright, let's warp ourselves here. 3 hours coming in. Kirov, you said you had to go multiple times. Are you actually needing to go, or are you just procrastinating? We should be good to just start burning retro as soon as we come in and hope for the best. So let me get out of here, point ourselves retro. I'm gonna F5 this just in case, because we are coming in a little bit hot. Fast forward. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Alright, so we're coming in still really hot. And I think I'm just going to start burning now. Actually, let's wait a little bit. Let's wait for 100,000? Yeah, that'll do. Alright, so we are attempting to slow down so that we don't burn up horribly on entrance. What's our delta V look like? We have 400 something left, so we're good. Alright, so we are now hitting the atmosphere. So let's start zooming a little. At about 60, I want to start burning again. And there's about 60. So let's start burning again, see if we can burn off a little bit more of that speed so that Bill does not go completely toasty on re-entry. Bill's getting a little toasty. Oh, we are out of juice. Never mind then. So hopefully this goes well. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oops. Alright, so we are coming in real toasty. Real toasty. So this antenna is probably going to get crunched, but we should be good. Probably going to end up landing on the South Pole at this rate. So how's the darkness look to you guys? Because it looks really dark to me, except for the fact that I can still see a little bit of the ground and the clouds. But kind of looking over at Mixer and Twitch here, it looks really, really dark. It seems really dark to me, so let me know if you want me to brighten it up a little bit. But just bear in mind that this is planet side, so there's a body of ground there. If that helps you get a concept of how dark it might or might not be. I can see it. It looks like you can see it. So hopefully you're okay. Nope, not much light pollution on Kerbin at all. Alright, so we have re-entered fairly well. Is it actually called City Shit? Also, hi Clorox Bleach, welcome. I have not wanted to install a texture mod yet that does light on Kerbin, but I might need to, for sure. But it's not going to be just a Kerbin problem. I'm going to have darkness problems on other planets as well, and I can't easily do that. So it might be something I'll just have to deal with through adjusting gamma levels and stuff like that. Do I have Planet Shine installed? I don't think I do, actually. Let me check. Let me check. No, I don't. And I think I had to uninstall that for a reason I don't recall exactly. But I can definitely try again. I just remember there being issues with it, but I don't remember what those issues were. Are we ready to... Are you ready to... There we go. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. Haha! There we go. Hooray! Bill is back alive, safe and sound. I have to wait for the bobbing to stop before I can recover. There we go. It was a little bit violent, actually, because that was using just the nose cone parachute, not realizing that the supplies that I added on there were quite a significant amount of weight. So we came down at about 8 meters per second, when I usually like to come in at 4 or 5. So a little bit faster than usual. Still something that the ship can tolerate, but it was kind of bordering on dangerous, for sure. Which would have been sad, because I would have had to reload that, and then send up another rescue to rescue Bill from the imminent doom of his impact. So that could have been a fun multi rescue mission. All right, so Bill's back. He gained 6 XP for going all the way to Minmus and back again. But yes, nothing broke, so we're good. Alright, so we have more or less successfully saved Jeb. He is still technically broken. However, even though he is still technically broken, we did save him. We did everything that we should have done to save him. It just didn't work. So I need to do some research on that to see if there's a way to fix it through normal means, or if I'm going to have to save edit. Very possible I will have to save edit. But either way, we're going to fix Jeb. In fact, I might have a way to save Jeb anyway. Let's check this button. So this button says that Jeb is a tourist assigned to this, but we can't edit. Interesting. Interesting that it won't let me edit him, because I can edit all of the other Kerbals. I wonder if it just doesn't have editing enabled for tourists? No, that's not right, because Roton Kerman is a tourist. And Murgar Kerman is a tourist, and we can edit those. So is it just that we can only edit ones that are at the complex? That's unfortunate. I wonder if there's a setting to change that. Because Ship Manifest is something that's a little bit more powerful than it should be, and I never planned to use it this way, but if it's going to let me... Alrighty, Ninja, you have yourself a good night, day, whatever. I don't even know anymore. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Meanwhile, I'm going to try to fix Jeb. So it enables full roster modifications, Kerbal renaming, profession management, but I can't do it when they're out. Okay. Good to know. Unless there's a button that turns on full cheat mode. No. Okay. I'm going to cancel that. And what do I have in here that I can work with? Kerbals. Kerbals, Jeb. I can't do anything in here. So that's not helpful. I can create new ones, great, but I cannot edit the existing ones. So I am probably going to have to save edit to fix that. But we'll see. In the meantime, we at least got our satellite network around Minmus. I'm going to do the same thing around Mun and Iontopia at some point. Might do that in my off time, might do that tomorrow, who knows. So yeah, I'm going to go to bed now. So welcome back, Kirov. You keep saying you're going to go, but you keep coming back again. But I am going this time, so you can't come back to me anymore. So yes. Tomorrow night is probably going to be Kerbals again, unless someone else has a better idea in Discord. So feel free to join Discord if you haven't already. But yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you for any subs and follows that I might have missed. And you all have yourselves a good night. Bye-bye.